looking for an adrenaline rush? Do you have a sense of adventure? Then don't worry, the Titan Mob Extreme Obstacle Course has you covered. Choose your challenge and sign up now for the 5K or 10K at titan-mob.com today.
Be part of the movement to grow the beautiful game. Be a fan. Be part of Iowa's premier men's soccer team. Be part of the Menace. And after each home game this season, your first drink is on us at the official Des Moines Menace post-game party at Legends American Grill. Redeem your ticket stub for a free Corona, Corona Light, or soft drink. Join us for these upcoming Menace games or find out more at menacesoccer.com.
Come to our next home game!
Schuttenkirk's 4th of July sales event going on now at Schuttenkirk Chevrolet in Waukee and the all-new Schuttenkirk Ford in Indianola. Over 800 vehicles with special 4th of July pricing in effect, including 0% for 72 months on select units. Schuttenkirk Chevrolet and Schuttenkirk Ford will be open July 4th from 9 to 4. All Chevrolets and Fords marked down. Wholesalers available to get more for your trade. Schuttenkirk's 4th of July sales event ends July 4th at 4 p.m. Schuttenkirk Ford in Indianola. Schuttenkirk Chevy in Waukee.
To everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
It's time for live Des Moines Menace Soccer on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Menace Soccer on CISN.TV is brought to you by Schuttenkirk, Shields, G&L Clothing, the Better Business Bureau, and the Atlantic Bottling Company. Now let's go live to the CISN sports team for the action on the field.
Good afternoon and welcome to Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. It's time for Des Moines Menace Soccer. Today we got the women and men doubleheader here. And this afternoon we get started off with the Menace women hosting the Chicago Red Stars reserves. And the Des Moines Menace women looking to wrap up a second place finish in the Heartland region. And they are 3-1-2 coming in. They finished last season 6-1-1 and second of 5 teams in the Heartland region. Rebecca Rogers was leading this team with 5 goals. Elise White and Anna Marie Jaworski, Whitney Sharp, and Jermaine Siopsimway also have goals for the Menace this season, are scored for them. They're led by third-year coach Justin Voister here as we get set for soccer on a warm day today for the Menace women. 91 and a little bit of breeze out there, but it's very warm on the turf and in the stands unless you're right here in front of us where you get a little bit of the shade. And it's going to be one of those days where they want to drink a lot of water, a lot of fluids to keep themselves hydrated as we get ready for this match. They will be taking on the Red Star Reserves, who come in third in the Heartland region. They're 3-2-1. Alex Pelafos is their only multi-goal scorer with 2 goals coming in. They're in their 5th season, and they won the championship in 2015. They're an affiliate of the Chicago Red Stars, the National Women's Soccer League professional team, coached by Dave Loverchek. So it'll be a good matchup between these two teams. These two teams met in Chicago on the 8th, and it was a 1-1 draw between the two. And it's been the Red Stars have been the team to look to try to beat. The Kansas City Pride are leading here in the Heartland region. They're at 6-0, undefeated on the season, and the women, the Menace here, will play them tomorrow in their final regular season matchup, and I believe that game will be played in Urbandale, so they'll be playing that final matchup. But today they could lock up second place here in the Heartland region as they come out onto the field. You'll see the Menace in the red uniforms, thankfully not wearing the black in this early afternoon matchup because it is going to be warm, although I see Coach Justin Vorster has on his black shirt over there, so he'll hopefully stay cool. He's a cool guy, so we'll see what happens with that throughout the game, if he stays cool or not over there on the sidelines. So getting ready for the starting lineups here for this afternoon's game. And then tonight, coming up, we'll have the men playing, and they're still looking for that elusive win to get them into the playoffs as they lost last night to St. Louis FC 2-1, and they'll face Chicago United tonight. Let's take a look at the starting lineup here for Chicago. Emily Haas is a defender. Alexis Pelifus is forward. Ashley Gogolin is a midfielder. Courtney Kucher is a midfielder. Kaylee Steigerwalt, a forward. Kayla Brafelt is a midfielder. Emily Richardson, a defender. Tamay Douglas, a midfielder. Cassie Miller is the goalkeeper. Abby Boswell is a forward, and Zoe Swift is a forward here for Chicago. David Lubercheck, the coach. Chris Brown, the assistant here for Chicago. And here are the Des Moines Menace. Whitney Sharp out of West Des Moines, the captain. Haley Morris from Clive and goes to Drake is the goalkeeper. Elaine Gorham of Fallon, Illinois. Kat Lewis. Rebecca Rogers. Anne-Marie Jaworski. McKay Matheson, Bettendorf. Amber Matthews of London, England. Elise White from Cedar Rapids plays at Iowa State. Kaylee Haas is a forward out of Des Moines, plays at Iowa. And Justin Vorster, Alex Fonseca, Ross Alexander are the assistants. Referees Crystal Tate, John Dodge, Jeremy Cohen, and Ethan Dix is the fourth official. And let's pause for the national anthem. There we have the national anthem. As as we get ready for soccer. The Chicago Red Star Reserves 3-2-1. The Menace 3-1-2. And the one tie there for the Red Stars is with the Menace. They're in the blue and white uniforms. The Menace in the red. As they do the coin toss. And looks like the Red Stars have won the toss and elected to defend the south goal. If I read that right. And we're just about ready to get underway with soccer. Warm day here, a little bit of a breeze at Valley Stadium, 91. And we'll see if that impacts how many times they substitute here. As we get set to get underway. And here we go. Official getting the clock, her watch set. We'll get the whistle and be ready to go. Here we go. The Menace. It looked like when they pointed that Chicago won the toss, but the Menace kick it off. But here comes Chicago. Out there on the wing, Kaylee Steigerwalt tries to send it in the middle, but knocked away by the defender. Up ahead. Rebecca Rogers handles it. Now Rogers trying to run it down. And the defender will get it back to the keeper, Cassie Miller. Knocked that way. Menace trying to retain possession. Can't. Back the other way. Courtney Kusher. Now up ahead. Trying to send it up through the middle, but knocked away there. And taken away by the Menace. Tried a little give and go, and that went out. Here comes Chicago. Kaylee Steigerwalt. And it gets back to the keeper, Haley Morris. Both teams trying to make a couple runs here early. But the defense has been right there to start it. Pressure by Chicago. They get it back. Knocked down by the defender. Still there in front of the box. Whitney Sharp. Play it back to the keeper. In the middle to Jaworski. And again, the Menace try to go up ahead and goes out. Now, Chicago. Try to reverse field over to Emily Hess. She's under pressure. Katie Hurd takes it away. Up ahead. Turned on it and shot right to the keeper by Elise White. Chicago now back the other way. Out on the wing to Steigerwalt. Steigerwalt, left footer, locked away. The follow through is blocked out of there. Nice job by Lane Gorham defending that, not letting the Chicago get ahead on that and try to knock it back toward the goal. It was in a dangerous spot there. Now the Menace take it up outside. Looking for the run, had to get back. Looked like she might have been offside, so she stopped. And that ended the quick counter there. She realized that she would be offside, so she put on the brakes. Now they'll put the pressure on. Rebecca Rogers forcing the keeper to pick it up. And Menace first to the ball there, headed up ahead. Try to clear it through the middle. Nice little push there. Here's Rogers. Up ahead. Onside. Can she get to it? Oh, right to the keeper. As the keeper comes out. It makes a nice play on that. To shut off the attack by Elise White. Chicago. Looking to move it up ahead. Steigerwalt. He tried to chip it up through there, but Zoe Swift could not move up to get it. Pass intercepted by Steigerwalt. Back toward the middle. Shot off the post. That was a close one. Haley Morris was leaning that way, but wasn't going to be able to get to it, but it went off that right post. There's another long one right to Morris. So the Menace dodge a big scoring opportunity there by Chicago. Deep shot, but it had some pace on it. Now a deep kick out of there. Sepal Simwe was on that. Now up ahead. That's through, but it's going to be too far for Rebecca Rogers to get to. And there is now a little breeze picking up, which feels good. Up here in the press box level anyway. Looks like the flags are flapping too, so that will be helpful with the heat as that'll go out. Amber Matthews made sure the defender didn't get to it, and it'll be a goal kick for the Menace. No score here, 8 minutes in. Now up ahead, Jaworski. Outside to Whitney Sharp. Sharp looking, passes it up to Rogers. Now back. Yeah, they'll turn on it. Oh, tried to sneak it through. Just about snuck that through the defenders, and it would have had Rebecca Rogers set up nicely there, but credit the defender who stepped in for Chicago. Emily Hess, I believe, was back there, one of them. As they battle for it, the Menace trying to keep it here down on their end. Pressuring Zoe Swift. She'll get it back to Hess as Rebecca Rogers tries to put the pressure on. It's Swift right there. And up, trying to go up to Steigerwalt. And goes off of Whitney Sharp. Battle for it. Kucher. And that one goes awry too. That'll go back to Chicago. No score here. 10 minutes in. And the breeze picking up a little bit. It feels really good. As the air was very still. One of those days where you just sweat sitting here, not doing anything. But the breeze has picked up, and that's cooled things off just a bit as we get back underway here. And good little crowd here today out in the heat, and people still filing in for this matchup. And the Menace can't keep that in. Chicago. Steigerwalt. Steigerwalt shut off by Whitney Sharp. Sharp now sends it back to the middle. And they try to go back outside, but good job of Kayla Profit knocking that away. Turn and wide. Another good shot there by Chicago. Their first one went off the post. And that one went wide. See them if they put the pressure on here. Try to keep it on, keep the Menace penned in. They get it out halfway and they take it away. And then there's a push. And that will go against the Menace. First foul there of the day. And the free kick for Chicago. Ashley Gogolin. puts the right foot to it, toward the middle. Menace are right there. They'll knock it down. They're looking to go on the counter. Get it outside, now up. Elise Reed. Knocked down in the middle, still battling for it. As Tomei Douglas closed off that attack. Menace have had trouble threading those final passes through that back line of defenders there so far in this early going. This one up the right side. Zoe Swift sends it back to the middle, set up for a shot. Between two defenders, there's a shot right into the stomach of the keeper, Haley Morris. Off the shot by Courtney Kusher. So early on, by my count, 3-1 shots on goal for Chicago. Pressing up a little bit here. Not all the way up to the half, but so far they've been effective muscling the Menace off the ball. And there's a foul right there as Katie Hurd goes tumbling. She'll wipe her knees off. Probably some of those pellets in the turf. When you go down, you get sometimes, and it sets it up for Whitney Sharp to send it into the middle. Oh, nice pass across over there. Defender just gets ahead on it, though. Just not quite enough to clear over the top of Kayla Broffett. But the Menace now do have it deep down on the Chicago end. Long shot. Oh, and the keeper had to knock that over the top right at the end there. It looked like it was dropping on her, and she tried to get a read on it and then had to just go up and knock it over the top, and that'll be a corner, the first corner of the day for the Menace. Here it comes, winding in, and just a little bit too wide there. And so the first set piece for the Menace goes a little wide. And here we go. Up ahead. Turns inside, and too much on that. Right by Amber Matthews. And into the 16th minute, no score. Chicago will send it back out. Menace have made a push into their end. Now they'll run it down there. Try to switch it back over and build back up from the back here. Almost snuck that through. Over to Emily Hess. Whitney Sharp will take the throw in. She gets it back. And the Menace, here's where they've had some trouble getting that turned up front. Elise White sends it out. Formerly Elise Reed. You know where is that? See what the Menace can do with it here. Whitney Sharp on that right side. She'll lob it toward the middle. Good ball. Just two defenders there and couldn't quite get through them. She put it between them, but it's a long way to get back up through there. And that'll go off Chicago. And back the other way. Whitney Sharp sizes it up, sends it up ahead. They'll reverse it to the far side. Breakout up ahead. Shot. Oh! Deflected away on a diving effort by Haley Morris. It'll be a corner, but that's better than the alternative. Seeing it go into the net. So they'll take the corner from this side here. First corner of the match for the Chicago Red Star Reserves here. And Ashley Gogolin gets the turf set to her liking there. And looked like a player on the far side, a little bit of issue. Helping her off, that's Alexis Pelifus. There, I don't know if it was a cramp or she ran into somebody, but she will go off. And we're about set for the corner. There's the whistle. Bending in, high head, rebound off the side of the net. So and there we go. That will go back to the Menace. So far I've got, let's see, 4 shots to 1 on goal for Chicago. Seems like they're able to so far squeeze off the Menace attack when they get into that final third. Shut it down. And the Menace have not had the success they'd like in finishing that. And that went up over the head of Elise White. Battle for it. And off the Menace. We'll take it back the other way. Looks like we're going to get a substitution here for the Red Stars. I think that was Rachel Foxley coming in for Kaylee Steigerwalt. And offside on the Menace. Yep, that is Rachel Foxley in for Steigerwalt for Chicago. Menace again looking to break up. It's that time the ball goes by Elise White. Chicago back the other way. And here we go. Battle for it, turn around. And Foxley shoots it. It's deflected. And Hess sends it in right to the keeper. This one again goes up ahead, but nobody there but Chicago. Here comes Chicago. Now the Menace turn. Rogers goes up ahead. Elise White won't get to it. And offside. It's the call on the Menace, they say AR here says she was offside and came back on, touched that ball. So if you're in the offside position and you come back to it, you're still offside. There when the ball was played up. So, and of course you have to be involved in play to actually be offside, which she was. So here comes Chicago. Knocked down by Amber Matthews for the Menace, but lobbed up the other way. And Chicago still trying to gain control. Whitney Sharp boots it out, though, clears it out of there. Send it to the middle, try to chip it up there. Headed out by the defense. Sharp pounds it out of there. And up again, and that time, too much pace in the ball by Chicago. And looks like a substitution here for the Menace. Elise White will come out. And here come the Menace on the counterattack. That was Reagan Steigleiter in for Des Moines, and now looks like another substitution in here for Chicago. That's Zoe Swift coming out. And Abby Boswell back in, I believe. Probably a little more substituting today because of the heat. Still 91. Little breeze out there, but on that turf, much warmer down there in the straight sunlight. Emily Hess takes it up the left side for Chicago, and a little too much on it. She had Rachel Foxley looking at a run there, but put it too far up for her to get to it. Whitney Sharp dumps it back, and that'll go out. And the Menace will have another substitution here. It's Elaine Gorham coming out. And Nicole Hatcher in for the Menace. Into the middle, tackled. But the Red Stars keep possession, send it up ahead. Try to chip it over the top. Knocked out of there. Good defending. Back through the middle. And once again, cleared out of there. Chicago keeping the pressure on over the top. This way, time headed out back the other way. And Chicago's pressed up, and the Menace have been unable to take advantage and switch it back the other way on a counter. here so far in this match. That one picked up by Kusher. He shoots it into the stomach of Haley Morris. Morris has been busy so far. Five to 1 shots on goal, Chicago to Des Moines by my count, unofficially here. Early going. And a push called on the Menace. There didn't look like a lot, but we got a Steiglider get called. Here comes Chicago. Into that middle, defender's right there. Yeah, they'll try to go up over the top, but headed out of there by Amber Matthews. Chicago keeping the pressure on. Dribbling through. There's a goal. I think that was Crystal Elmers. And the Chicago Stars go up on top here. Let's take a look at the replay quick here. You see it come in, and then she just takes it and deflects it in. And it's 1-0 Chicago. And you wondered, they'd been keeping the pressure on here this whole half. Pushing up. And that called against the Menace. It'd be a free kick out there for Courtney Kusher. Kutcher. And the mass heads toward the goal, but it's right to the keeper. Now Chicago. Gets it back. On the outside, and she just keeps it in. Still working it. Trying to get through the middle. And offside call. Menace trying to turn it back. And right to the keeper. Rebecca Rogers. And I think I said the wrong 15. It was Kaylee Haas out there. I had two different numbers, 15s on my roster, but looking at the official one, that would be Kaylee Haas, who's 15 out there. Now lobbed up. And that'll go out to the Menace. And a substitution now. For both teams. And that will be Kaylee Haas coming off. Nicole Pearson will be coming on for her. And back in is Kaylee Steigerwalt for Chicago. And there's a foul up top on Chicago, which will give a free kick about 30 yards out for the Menace. There's a kick and over the top. The Menace trying to even it up, but that one a little high. Jumping in there on it. Menace and blocked with the rebound back in. Over. Sharp turns and high. Battle for it. We'll go to the Menace. There's Whitney Sharp in there battling for position. 41st minute. The Menace trying to even it up here before the half. Into Rogers. She'll switch fields. Up in. Oh, and knocked away by the keeper. Good play by Emily Hess. It'll be a corner for the Menace. But that was a nice play. Seppo Simwe setting up Jaworski there. Now the corner. See if the Menace can even it up here on the set piece. Drive it high, out. Headed. Sharp. Oh, and it's rebound off the top. For another corner. Third corner for the Menace here. This one toward middle, headed out of there by Chicago. Oh, good tackle on the ball. Seppo Simwe. She stays with it. Tried to send it back up, but nobody there in the middle. Everybody had moved up ahead. So now Chicago pushing the Menace back here in the 43rd minute. They lead 1-0 here in the first half. Boswell drops it back to Foxley. Now out wide to Steigerwalt. She gets by one defender, sends it toward the middle, and they try to chip it in, but Morris is there to gather it up. Chicago will turn it back around. Taking their time here with the lead. Trying to lob it back over the other side. The Menace are there. Can they run it down? No. Into the 45th minute. Chicago, and then shut off by the defender. Nice job there by the Menace. They're going to turn it quickly back the other way. Might have a little extra time added. So far, that's where they get stalled in that middle, in the final third. Trying to get it up ahead there. There's offside on Chicago. Menace trying to put it in play right away. Sharp will boom it up. And into extra time here. Menace would like nothing more than to even it up here in the extra time right before the half. On to Whitney Sharp. She'll send it ahead. A little too much. Trying to gauge that run and get it up to Rebecca Rogers. Rogers comes in, tries to keep the keeper honest. Steigerwalt. foul on the Menace. Yeah, it's got to be getting close to the end of extra time here. Rattles around in front of the goal. It'll be set out. And that'll do it. That'll be the half. The Chicago Red Star reserves. The Red Stars reserves take a 1-0 lead here at the half. We'll take a break. Come back with halftime after this on CISN.TV.
At Mid-American Energy, part of putting power in your hands is helping to keep families safe. That's why Mid-American provides free educational safety programs to schools, asks you to call 811 before you dig, have annual furnace inspections, and be aware of hazards at home. Mid-American Energy safely delivers electricity and natural gas to us in good times and stormy ones. That's Mid-American Energy.
Repeat and referral and word of mouth. That's the main ways we receive our customers now, and after being here 10 years, that has just exploded for us. And that's a big area of our business because people like the way they were treated. The customer experience we can provide is second to none, and we're committed to it. And I'm here to make sure that gets done.
Schottenkirk Chevy on the west end of Hickman, Waukee, WaukeeChevy.com.
Repeat.
Work, play, and everything in between. Stay cool with Carhartt from G&L Clothing. High-performance jackets, tees, and shorts. Whatever you do, you'll be more comfortable in Carhartt. Find it all at the Carhartt store inside G&L Clothing.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
Here at Valley Stadium, halftime, the Des Moines Menace taking on the Chicago Red Stars reserves here in women's soccer action, and it's 1-0 Chicago at the half. 34th minute goal by Crystal Elmers. Got a pass in and directed it into the goal to give them the lead, and the Menace challenged a couple times down there, got a couple corners, but it's been a game played mostly in Chicago's end as they've pushed the issue there and pushed up, and so far the Menace unable to counter. Here I had them about 8 to 4 shots on goal. 3 quarters for the Menace, 1 for Chicago. Fouls 4-2, the Menace. And in this first half, the Menace 3-1-2, and the Red Stars 3-2-1. That one tie, the two teams tied in their earlier meeting in Chicago, and the Menace now will have to get at least a goal to even that result, and 2 here in the second half to pull out the win. And as they sit in second place here in the Heartland region, Red Stars are in third and could move up with a win here. The Menace have 1 game remaining tomorrow against the undefeated Kansas City Pride. So interesting See what Coach Justin Vorster has to say to the team at halftime and see if he can get them rallied here. They need at least 1 goal to tie it and 2 to take the lead. But it's 1-0 Chicago. We'll take another break and come back with more on halftime right after this.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Be part of the movement to grow the beautiful game. Be a fan. Be part of Iowa's premier men's soccer team. Be part of the Menace. And after each home game this season, your first drink is on us at the official Des Moines Menace post-game party at Legends American Grill. Redeem your ticket stub for a free Corona, Corona Light, or soft drink. Join us for these upcoming Menace games or find out more at menacesoccer.com.
Come to our next home game!
Are you looking for an adrenaline rush? Do you have a sense of adventure? Then don't worry, the Titan Mob Extreme Obstacle Course has you covered. Choose your challenge and sign up now for the 5K or 10K at titan-mob.com today.
Be part of the movement to grow the beautiful game. Be a fan. Be part of Iowa's premier men's soccer team. Be part of the Menace. And after each home game this season, your first drink is on us at the official Des Moines Menace post-game party at Legends American Grill. Redeem your ticket stub for a free Corona, Corona Light, or soft drink. Join us for these upcoming Menace games or find out more at menacesoccer.com.
Come to our next home game!
It's halftime here at West Des Moines Valley Stadium. Dar Danielson with you, and the Chicago Red Stars reserves leading the Des Moines Menace women. 1-0 here coming up tonight. Another big match for the Menace men. It's a must-win to keep the season going here. They played St. Louis last night, and you had coming into those last two games last night tonight, one win would get them into the playoffs. Now they lost that one 2-1, and now they need to beat Chicago FC United tonight to get into the playoffs. So it's last night was, wouldn't call it a must win, but they got the win last night, then they got it sewed up with tonight to go. But tonight it is. You got to win to get into playoffs for the men, and if they don't, then the season will end. If they win, then they will be get into the playoffs. And the Menace men in a tight match. They're now 6-5-2 on the season, and Chicago will come in here 4-3-5 on the season. So we'll see what happens with that tonight. So some meaningful games here. The Menace women trying to hang on to second place here as they battle it out with the Chicago Red Stars reserves. Now, they did tie them in their first match, so they got a chance of at least that, and then 2 goals would, of course, give them the win here tonight. But I think they'd like to not only get the tie, but get the lead and get the win under their belt with the Red Stars here, and we'll see what happens as they're in the locker room now. A warm day out there, still hanging right in at 91 degrees. The breeze has picked up a little bit out of the south. The flag's whipping around. You can see them now, and so that does help here at the stadium. And then right in front of us here in the press box, they get shade from the sun, so that's where not a bad spot for the fans unless they want to get a tan. Then they sit down on those bottom rows there and get a little extra work on their tanning in as they're watching here today. But it's one of those days again where you can sit right out there and not move, start sweating a little bit if that breeze goes down. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. Coach Justin Vorster talking with the team and halftime. And let's do this. So we'll take another break here at the half, and we'll come back and we'll get ready to start the second half coming up. It's the Chicago Red Stars reserves leading Des Moines Menace women 1-0 here at the half.
Schuttenkirk's 4th of July sales event going on now at Schuttenkirk Chevrolet in Waukee and the all-new Schuttenkirk Ford in Indianola. Over 800 vehicles with special 4th of July pricing in effect, including 0% for 72 months on select units. Schuttenkirk Chevrolet and Schuttenkirk Ford will be open July 4th from 9 to 4. All Chevrolets and Fords marked down. Wholesalers available to get more for your trade. Schuttenkirk's 4th of July sales event ends July 4th at 4 p.m. Schuttenkirk Ford in Indianola. Schuttenkirk Chevy in Waukee.
To everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
We're here at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines on a warm day, and the Menace women looking for a way to cool off the Chicago Red Stars reserves here. They trail 1-0, a 34-minute goal by Crystal Elmers for the Red Star reserves here in this match is their only score so far, and really kind of been dominated by Chicago in this first half as they kept the pressure on and played mainly in their half. They had a couple shots, the Menace did, and a couple corners, but unable to get one in. And So far, Menace trail here. As I was going to look through here, see if I could pick up on the stats. Who had the assist on that for Chicago? No, I don't see it on there, but anyway, I do know it was Crystal Elmers who put the shot in the net. Okay, here it is. Genesis Szczesny on the assist. Is that right? Let's see. Yeah, Jenna Szczesny, I think is how you say that. And Crystal Elmers got them on the board. That's been the only scoring here in the first half. And still waiting on the teams to come out of the locker room. The officials are out. The teams will probably come out soon here because we're down. The clock is winding down, and now they're coming out, taking their time on this hot day to make their way out of the locker room. We'll see if the Menace try to turn and pressure her up a little more. Chicago really pushed them up. Here these two teams met on, well, it was a week ago in Chicago, and they tied 1-1. And the Menace women will play the Kansas City Pride tomorrow. The Pride have gone 6-0 here in the league. So the Menace will be looking for the upset role there, and the Pride have locked up the playoff spot. But the Menace would be a big boost for them if they got that win tomorrow to wrap up their season, and a little momentum for them here as we get ready for the second half. Just breezy enough to blow my spotter sheet out of here. But that is good because it's keeping the air moving here in the press box and in the stands a little bit too, so it doesn't get too hot. But the officials are out there, and the Red Stars slowly walking to their bench. Looks like the officials are ready to go as the teams came out a little late as the clock ran down. And we'll get ready. And again, as I said, the men, Menace men tonight playing Chicago FC United. And it's win, and you continue the season in the playoffs. You lose tonight for the Des Moines men, and the season is done. And they would like to get into the playoffs. Game of chances last night, unable to get the equalizer. A couple chances, unable to take the lead either early going. As they're warming up a little bit. Center official is out there, Crystal Tate, waiting for the teams to come out. And I know as an official, you don't like it usually when the teams go over the allotted halftime. You like them to come out and get going, but especially when you're out there on the hot turf. But we should be get going. Yeah, the corner flags are flopping a little bit, and you can see the American flag there on the north end zone, and now the referee blows their whistle and said, let's get going here. Trying to get the teams out. Red Stars are still in the huddle over there, and the Menace kicked off, so the Red Stars will kick off to start the second half. And still waiting. Let's take one more. We got one more 1 minute break. We'll do that. When we come back, we should be ready for the kickoff right after this.
Referral and word of mouth. That's the main ways we receive our customers now. And after being here 10 years, that has just exploded for us. And that's a big area of our business because people like the way they were treated. The customer experience we can provide is second to none. And we're committed to it. And I'm here to make sure that gets done.
Schottenkirk Chevy on the west end of Hickman, Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Repeat and refer.
Well, the official blew her whistle again, and now the teams are coming out.
I don't think so. Oh.
And we're getting set to kick off the second half. The Menace, they're in the red. Chicago Red Stars reserves in the blue. And you can see there we go. Finally underway. And we'll run down who's in and who's out as we get going here. Rebecca Rogers, I see her up top there for the Menace. Reagan Steig, leader, up there. I did see Alexis Pelifus had her shoe off, and they were working on her foot over there halftime before she went into the locker room. She must have twisted it when she went out, before she went out there in the first half. So we'll see if she comes back in or if that's something where she may stay out and rest that. It's a Menace now, trying to work it away. That's Jaworski. Also, Jermaine Sapasimwe is in there up top. And here's Chicago trying to sneak it through. But they're going to call a push there on Amber Matthews and the Menace. So a straight on free kick, about 35 yards out for Chicago. Didn't sound like she got all the foot on that. Might have caught a little on the turf there because that went flat. Here come the Menace trying to counter. Up ahead, and they were both offside, so she keeps it and now goes outside with it. And nice job of defending there to knock it off the Menace. And that was Ashley Gogolin. Hustled down. Went down, tackled that ball, and then flipped it back off the Menace player to get it to go out for the goal kick. So good hustle there defensively. And that's been the problem for the Menace, is closing it off in their third, the final third there today. And Chicago comes back the other way with it. Lob over the top. She's onside. Looking and kicked away by the keeper. And that'll go out back to Chicago. So Haley Morris, a little footwork there to block that one away. And Chicago came up quickly and on the counter and got a good look at it. Now here come the Menace trying to counter. Back through the middle. Knocked away by the defender. And Chicago now back the other way. They'll send it outside to the corner. And Zoe Swift will turn on it. And right into her own player there, Jenna Susinski. And now Chicago turns it back. Starting out at a pretty fast pace here in the second half. Both these teams trying a couple counters. As the Menace trying to even it up right away, and then Chicago trying to take advantage, and the Menace were moving up. Now they'll go back. Battle for it in the middle there. Kutcher. Into the middle, and then they try to go outside with it. And that'll go out the back end for a goal kick. Had to get the ball girl out of the shade over there. Smart move. She's staying in the shade of that. That's the timing clock for football, for the play clock. And she was on the other side of it, in the shade of it. And the keeper clapped her hands to get it out of there. Here's up ahead. No, just outside. Looked like it was going to head in there, but just outside the goal, and it'll be a corner. Man, looked like that was on line, but it came down on the turf and skidded out. So Chicago putting the pressure on here again in the second half. The Red Stars, reserves. And here's the first corner of the second half. And knocked away by the Menace. They'll try to swing it up and go out quickly the other way. And there's a foul. Siep Simwe goes down. Tripped there. That was probably a good foul for Chicago. There's one touch, and she was looking to break into the clear and go down one-on-one. One of those technical fouls, you call them. And again, into the middle, and a little misread there. Menace trying to take advantage. Chicago controlling it very well. And that goes out. Sneaks it through the defense. Into the middle. And can't get by that last defender. Still battling. And they'll send it outside. Chicago just seems to be right there where they need to be on defense. Menace this time back inside. Sharp. Into the middle. And knocked away again. Still can't get it through that defense. Excuse me, that was Steiglider, not Sharp. And here comes Chicago trying to counter the other way. Up ahead. Knocked down by the keeper. Sent up ahead, but Chicago's there. Send it into the middle. And the keeper's right on it. But a pretty quick pace here to start the second half. So far, no dividends for the Menace in the form of a goal anyway. Here, now trying to push it up ahead. Now they'll pressure a little bit. And that forces it out. Up to the middle. Sharp now on the right side. And that'll go out. Chicago was looking to send it up quickly the other way. Now the Menace try that. Into Rogers' header. But right to the keeper. Up the left side, Chicago on the move. Defender back. Knocked out of there by the keeper and cleared. Chicago trying to set it back up. Emily Hess going against Sharp. Sharp takes it away. And that'll stay with the Menace. So good job by Whitney Sharp defending for the Menace. He'll set it up the sideline. Through the middle. Now up ahead. Nice ball. She turns on it. In. Back out. Looking to get through the defense. Gets through. Left footer. Maybe waited a step late on that. Looked like when she first cleared the defender, she had a look. But Menace sticking with it, battling. And then a foul called on the Menace. Siapo Simwe had it down there. A couple moves, but unable to get a true shot on. This one sent up ahead, but Sharp is there to pick it off. Red Stars. Back the other way. Up the left side. Still attacking here. Leading 1-0. Oh, and across. Left footer! Wide. Wow, left that right across the mouth of the goal there. It looked like the first player in the middle there was going to get a good shot on it, but Abby Boswell ended up getting one. The left footer went wide. And it started to play out a little like it did in the first half. Chicago pushing the issue into their end. Menace having trouble getting it down their way. When they'd get in that final third, getting a shot off. Matheson sends it outside. On the run, and can't get to it. That'll go out. Siapo Simwe was trying to run it down. but just too much on it. And looks like we're going to have a substitution here for Chicago. Abby Boswell trotting toward the sideline there. And Crystal Elmer's back in. She's got the only goal in this match so far. Scored that in the 34th minute. Take it away. Jaworski, and then a foul called. That'll go back toward the Menace. Big boot up ahead on the run, and they'll just clear that out of there as Steiglater is trying to run it down. Well, into her, she'll turn it. Up the middle, up top. And that one's going to go wide by Matheson. A few clouds have come in. It seems like it's getting a little stiller. It's at 93 now. It was at 91. I thought it felt like it was cooling off, but I guess not. Up ahead for Chicago. Outside and across. And there's a battle for it. And the Menace come away. Shizeni was heading in there for it. And then a trip called on the Menace. Be a free kick out here around the half for the Red Stars. And she'll boom it toward the middle. We tried to settle it there but couldn't. Broffett knocked it down. And that'll go off the Menace for corner. Second corner of the second half for Chicago. They're leading 1-0 here in the second half. We'll get Kaylee Steigerwalt over. And that one is headed out. Yes. Breeze picking up a little bit behind us here now through the back windows of the press box, which feels good. Menace finding a hard time at cracking that formation of Chicago. Cross and keeper Morris right there. And Official blew her whistle, but says go ahead and play. I don't know. I guess I missed it. I think there was offside, but anyway. Good ball up ahead, just a little too much. Over Rebecca Rogers' head. And she goes back to put some pressure on the keeper. The Menace try to push up, try to keep it in here and force the issue. But Chicago now counters the other way, and that's the problem. They've been quick to counter it if the Menace do push up. They get it down there, and then they shoot that long ball back up and force the Menace to turn. Go back to defend. Now up on the outside. And that goes through, but right to the defender. Red Stars. Now shoot it to the middle, but cleared out of there. By Kat Lewis for the Menace. But the Red Stars do not give you much room. You attack and push up, and then they quickly counter and put the pressure right back at you. And your back line has been stout today. Up again on that left side. Drive it in, and this one goes to the side of the net this time. They can't get it across the mouth of the goal like they've been able to do earlier. Menace trying to run it down here. Back in the middle. And nice knockdown. And that will go out again. For a corner. Third one here, the second half for Chicago. Headed away by the Menace. And again, having trouble getting it into their half and getting the offense going. Pass up by the Red Stars. Knocked away again. This one over the top. Rogers battling for it. Sends it up. A good ball. It's going to go a little wide. Could you run it down? Just does. Now we'll turn it back in. And then again, unable to finish there. Morgan Kimberly with it there. Jaworski. Menace here, trying to even it up. Set it outside. Now back up. Oh, headed away by the defense. Just cannot get past those final defenders there as they drop back deep. And now the Menace pushing up, cut through, but the defender then clears it. It'll be a corner. As Matheson was trying to sneak that through. Kaylee Haas back in for the Menace. And they're going to stop it for a water break, looks like here. Well, we'll take a quick break, too. 1-0 Chicago over the Menace. We'll be back right after this.
Work, play, and everything in between. Stay cool with Carhartt from G&L Clothing. High-performance jackets, tees, and shorts. Whatever you do, you'll be more comfortable in Carhartt. Find it all at the Carhartt store inside G&L Clothing.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
At Mid-American Energy, part of putting power in your hands is helping to keep families safe. That's why Mid-American provides free educational safety programs to schools, asks you to call 811 before you dig, have annual furnace inspections, and be aware of hazards at home. Mid-American Energy safely delivers electricity and natural gas to us in good times and stormy ones. That's Mid-American Energy.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Back at Valley Stadium, we stopped here for a water break. Temperature around 93 here. And when it gets up that high and the heat index gets up there, then they take a stoppage to get the players water. It's been a pretty quick-paced game here in the second half. There's a lot of back and forth. The Menace have a set, their first corner here, a set piece, the first of the second half, with a chance to try to even this up. They've been having a lot of trouble when they get into their final third to finishing it off here. But here's the kick. And headed out. And threw right to the keeper. McKay Matheson shot that, but it wasn't a bad shot to take with all that traffic in there. They just have had trouble once they get in their final third, finding an open look in front of that goal, with Chicago packing back in there and doing a good job defensively. And Chicago's staying on the attack here. They haven't sat on that 1-0 lead. They've been attacking up ahead, and some of that can kind of wear out the other team too. There's a lob over the top, a chip, and almost a shot in there off the chip by the Red Stars. Now here come the Menace. They're in the red, back the other way, up ahead. Turn it. And poked out for a corner. As the Epsom way was making the move there. Now the second corner here, or the second half for the Menace. Jaworski with the kick. Oh, almost over the top. He couldn't quite get there. Looking for the header. And that was Amber Matthews. It looked like she might have a bead on it, but just couldn't quite get ahead. It's kind of the story of the day for the Menace here. They get down the final third, and it's clogged up in there. And any shot they get has not been a clean look. And there again, credit the Red Stars. They're right where they need to be defensively. And they quickly counter it back, putting the pressure on. Just content to work it here, work it up, run time off the clock. And that ricocheted off the head of the Menace. And Boswell tries to take it inside there. And Morris has to come out and pounce on it. And she'll throw it out wide to Kaylee Haas. Snuck it through by the defender. Oh, nice job by the keeper, Emily Hess. Or excuse me, Cassie Miller. The keeper there to smother that. On the one time they were able to sneak by that defense, and Cassie Miller, the goalkeeper, bailed them out. And then, as I say, they quickly counter back the other way, putting the pressure on the Menace and then making them go back up the field again. Not making it easy on them to try to turn this back around. That'll go off the Menace for a corner. And for the Menace, Rebecca Rogers goes out. Elise White comes back in. Battle for it there on the corner. Lob it up toward. And the goal. It's just a lazy lob up there, but got it in. And I think that was to May Douglas. And let's take a look at that again. Well, we'll wait on it. Here come the Menace the other way. So in the 80th minute, to May Douglas extends the lead. Menace will get a corner here. Send it toward the middle. Morgan Kimberly was battling there. Up ahead the Menace. Now they really need to get something in the net. They go outside. And that'll be a goal kick. Let's see this goal again here on the replay. Coming up there. No, that was not it. Well. So a 2-0 deficit here. 9 minutes to go. And the extra time. Do we have it now?
Nope.
No. Okay. Don't have that replay. Well, that's all right. I don't think the Menace fans want to see that again. Up ahead. Chicago maybe, but not the Menace. And a handball called on Chicago. And center's going over to talk to the AR. About what he saw. And yellow card is given. To Chicago. I think that went to Elmers. I'm not sure. Now the Menace back the other way. That kind of sums up the day it's been. They get to that last line of defenders and unable to find much open look at the net. will go out to the Menace. Vanessa Cavan coming in for Morgan Kemmerling. For the Menace, looks like. As we're in the final 5 minutes regulation. Undoubtedly we'll have a little extra time. Ahead on that left side. They've worked that all second half. And that'll be a corner. Fifth quarter now, the half for Chicago. As they push the issue. Each time the Menace get down there, they've countered right back. It looks like Courtney Kutcher is going to go over and take that corner. And that comes across there. Chicago tries to knock it back in the middle, but Menace are working to clear it. Elmers. She scored the first goal of the game. Now to the corner and across. And clear it out. Menace turn it. Shot! Oh, and knocked away by Cassie Miller. She's made some big plays. In goal when the Menace have gotten shots, decent shots, she's been able to deflect them or push them out of the way or smother the ball when she's needed to. And winding in. Hung up there a minute in the middle. It cleared away. Still there. Let us go up top. And right to Cassie Miller. Just a little misplay there. That'll go back to the Menace. Nothing hurt there late in the game. As that one comes up ahead too much and right to the keeper. Red Stars on the attack. A little miscue in the middle for them. Stagleiter tries to send it back the other way for the Menace. Take it away. Matheson battled there, but back the other way in the final minute of regulation. And that'll be offside on the Red Stars. Olivia Fiegel coming in for Regan Steigler. And up ahead. No, just wide. Open look at the net there. And that's one where Zoe Swift is saying to herself, how did I miss that one? As we're in the extra time now. Olivia Fiegel there with it, shoots it over. And nice play by the keepers, battling for it still. And Cassie Miller has just been a rock back there. Offside on the Menace. Up ahead, and had Fiegel turning the wrong way. And Chicago just trying to bleed the final time off the clock. The added time here. Offside on Chicago. And that'll do it. Chicago will take this one 2-0. Over Des Moines here. Haley Morris, the keeper, the player of the match for the Menace. Crystal Elmer's got Chicago on the board in the 34th minute, and then the 80th minute, Tomei Douglas added the goal to make it 2-0, and that's the way it ends up here. Chicago Red Stars reserves down the Des Moines women 2-0 here, and that'll wrap it up on CISN.TV.
Are you looking for an adrenaline rush? Do you have a sense of adventure? Then don't worry, the Titan Mob Extreme Obstacle Course has you covered. Choose your challenge and sign up now for the 5K or 10K at titan-mob.com today.
Be part of the movement to grow the beautiful game. Be a fan. Be part of Iowa's premier men's soccer team. Be part of the Menace. And after each home game this season, your first drink is on us at the official Des Moines Menace post-game party at Legends American Grill. Redeem your ticket stub for a free Corona, Corona Light, or soft drink. Join us for these upcoming Menace games or find out more at menacesoccer.com.